बाजूला बाहेर आल्या बंद करा.
Circular motion. Motion of particle along circumference of circle is called as circular motion. Consider a particle performing circular motion along the circumference of a circle. A particle performs circular motion with constant speed, then the motion is said to be uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, particle in a circle performs circular motion with constant speed. Let us consider a particle P in uniform circular motion. The motion takes place in XY plane. Origin coincides with center of the circle. In a small interval of a time, let the particle displaces to Q. The position of particle is given by a vector drawn from center of circle to position of a particle. Therefore, vector OP is equal to vector R1 is the position vector of P. In a small interval of time, let the particle displaces to new position Q. Then vector drawn from center of circle to the position Q, vector OQ equal to R2 is position vector of particle Q. The angle traced by the particle in circular motion when it displaces from one position to another position in time delta t is the angular displacement. Angular displacement is represented by delta theta. Its SI unit is radian. Angular displacement is measured in radian. Then the rate at which angular displacement takes place is called as angular velocity. Angular velocity omega is equal to del theta by del t, and the rate at which there is a change of angular velocity is called as angular acceleration del omega by del t. When you switch on a fan, initially there is an increase in the angular velocity. The speed of revolution of the fan increases, then it comes to the constant speed. The increase in the angular velocity gives rise to angular acceleration. And once a steady speed is maintained, the angular velocity is constant, and we used to say that it has zero angular acceleration. Angular velocity is a vector quantity. The angular velocity of a particle performing circular motion is represented by an arrow which is along the axis of rotation. Axis of rotation is perpendicular to the plane of revolution. Let the particle performs circular motion in an anti-clockwise direction, then angular velocity is in an upward direction. If the circular motion takes place in clockwise direction, angular velocity will be in a downward direction. This is the displacement of the particle from P to Q through a small angular displacement del theta with an angular velocity omega. If the angular velocity increases with time, omega 2 is greater than omega 1. Omega 1 is the initial angular velocity at time t1 and omega 2 is the final angular velocity at time t2. The angular acceleration alpha is omega 2 minus omega 1 divided by t2 minus t1. If omega 2 is greater than omega, alpha is positive and it is in the direction of angular velocity. If omega 2 is less than omega 1, alpha is negative and it is if omega is in upward direction, alpha will be in a downward direction. Direction of angular velocity and direction of angular acceleration will be opposite to each other. The unit of angular velocity is radian per second and unit of angular acceleration is radian per second square. This is the terminology used in a circular motion. Then, when particle is performing a circular motion, it has angular velocity perpendicular to the plane of revolution along the axis of rotation and given by right hand rule. Right hand rule states that curl the fingers of right hand with outstretched thumb. If curled finger gives the sense of revolution, then the outstretched thumb gives the direction of angular velocity. If the particle is performing circular motion in an anti-clockwise direction, the outstretched thumb will be in an upward direction. And if particle is performing circular motion in a clockwise direction, the outstretched thumb will give the downward direction. Angular acceleration with increase in angular velocity angular acceleration is positive in the direction of angular velocity. With a decrease in angular velocity, angular acceleration is negative, opposite to that of angular velocity. Then comes, what about linear velocity and linear acceleration in circular motion? Basically, circular motion happens due to continuous change in direction of velocity. O is the center of circular path. Let us consider circular motion takes place in xy plane. This is what we call it as the x-axis, horizontal. X dash. This is y dash. Now, the motion is in a anti-clockwise direction like this. For this anti-clockwise direction, the motion of the particle is in anti-clockwise direction like this. The outstretched thumb is outward, perpendicular to the plane of revolution. Here plane of revolution is the plane of bolt. Plane of revolution is plane of bolt. It is perpendicular to the plane of revolution and directed outward. Here, when particle is at some point P, its position is represented by vector OP. Angular velocity is perpendicular to the plane of the board and directed outward. But what about linear velocity? The linear velocity is along the tangent drawn to the circle at P. Why it's so? Because let the particle displaces from P to Q through a very small angle del theta. The displacement of the particle is along arc PQ. If delta theta is very small, arc PQ is approximately equal to line segment PQ. Therefore, smaller angular displacement, the particle has a linear motion from P to Q. The velocity at point P and at point Q, that is the linear velocity, is along the tangent drawn to the particle or drawn to the circle at Q. This has linear velocity at Q is represented by PQS and linear velocity at point P is represented by PR. Now at P and at Q, the linear velocity are equal in magnitude, but their directions are different. The magnitude of linear velocity, that is magnitude of linear velocity, which is represented by PR at point P, is equal to magnitude of linear velocity at point Q, represented by vector QS, is equal to V, and the magnitude of linear velocity is the speed of revolution, and the speed of revolution for uniform circular motion is a constant. For uniform circular motion, the speed of revolution is constant. The particle in this case has linear displacement. If delta theta is very small, the linear displacement is PQ which is approximately equal to line segment delta S. If delta theta is small. From the geometry of figure, angle del theta is equal to arc upon radius, and hence del theta is approximately equal to delta S divided by R if delta theta is small, and hence we will have a relation del S is equal to R del theta. This is the linear relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Limit delta t tends to 0, del S by del t is equal to R. Limit delta t tends to 0, del theta by del t. This limit delta t tends to 0, del S by del t is the rate of change of linear displacement, which is represented by V into R. Limit del theta by delta t is the rate of change of angular velocity or angular displacement, which is represented by omega. Therefore, we will have a relation V is equal to R omega. Now, it is very interesting to know the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity as a vector product. The reason is very simple. For the sake of convenience, I will draw a circular motion in a horizontal plane. This is the axis about which the particle is performing rotational motion, and the particle in circular motion P is displaced from P to Q with the angle traced by radius vector del theta. This is the radius vector R. This is the angular velocity with which the particle is revolving, and this is the tangential velocity at point Q. Here, linear velocity, angular velocity and radius are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, the vector relation between linear velocity and angular velocity is vector V is equal to omega cross vector R. Here you will see that this is what the angular velocity. This is what angular velocity, and this will represent a linear velocity. And this is what? This is the radius. Let the particle is performing circular motion like this in anti-clockwise direction. For this circular motion, this will be the radius vector. Tangent to the radius is the linear velocity, and the perpendicular to the plane containing radius vector and tangential velocity represent the direction of angular velocity. This is R, this is omega. The angle between R and omega, all the three are perpendicular to each other. Angle between R and omega is 90. Therefore, the magnitude of linear velocity in this case is omega into R. Sine of angle between R and omega 90. Therefore, V is equal to omega R. This is the relation in magnitude in between linear velocity and angular velocity. It is interesting to know that When particle in circular motion changes its position from one place to another place, it has angular displacement as well as it has linear displacement given by delta S is equal to r del theta. It has linear tangential velocity v, it has angular velocity omega. Now, vector v is equal to vector omega cross vector r. We will concentrate on this equation. What you will see here, this is the radius vector, or we call it as a position vector, which represents the position of the particle. Particle in circular motion continuously changes its position. Therefore, a radius vector here, a radius vector like this. This radius vector is moving and tracing angle every time. This radius vector is moving, therefore direction of radius vector continuously changes. A change in direction of radius vector is the change in direction of linear velocity, because vector v is perpendicular to vector r. R is changing its direction with constant magnitude. In the same way, the velocity is changing direction by keeping its magnitude constant. And this change in direction of velocity gives rise to acceleration. As it is a linear velocity, change in direction of linear velocity gives rise to linear acceleration. And next time we will see how is linear acceleration in circular motion.